Now we're going to talk about something that I'm really passionate about, which is branding and logos. We're going to hold logos for later on and start with branding. So, really, what's the difference between a brand and a logo? Well, a logo is a piece of a brand, but it's not your whole brand. Your brand really is your identity, it's your personality for your business. So, you had a side hustle or you had a hobby that you're now turning into a hustle. And at that point, you really didn't have much of an identity. You had your necklaces that you were making on the dining room table and selling to family and friends. Well, now you get the opportunity to create what it is that you want your business to be in the marketplace. So, what does that mean? You get to define what other people think about you and your business. You get to create a personality, kind of like you created a personality for the ideal customer avatar. You can kind of create the same personality for your brand. So, what does that mean? Then you get to take that personality and assign characteristics to it. Is your brand funky? Is your brand clean? Is your brand luxurious? Is it basic? Is it rugged? Okay. Then you get to identify all the different parts about that. If you have a rugged brand, what does that mean? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What colors is it? Okay, so now that you've started to identify your brand, you can start assigning words or start picking characteristics. You've got rugged. What else is rugged? Is it simple or is it complicated? Okay, and then you start to identify and refine and create this personality for your brand because really your brand is what other people think about your business. Okay, your brand is not your logo, your brand is not your product, your brand is not your website or even your social media presence. It's what the customer thinks about your business. Okay, you don't have complete control of what they think about your business, but you have influence. Okay, so what does that mean? Is you're building your brand. You now want to influence what the customer thinks about your business. If you've decided that your jewelry line is a rugged line that is used from recycled materials, okay, and you're upcycling things that you found and it's handmade and you've got hammer marks and you've got bends and things aren't perfectly precision, right? These are things that are characteristics of your product that you can now carry into the characteristics of the brand. And then how do you do that? You relay that into your marketing pieces. You relay that into your packaging, your labeling, your logo, which we're going to talk about next. You put that into your social media. You put that into your website. All of your outward presence becomes reflective of that identity that you built. So now that the consumer sees this in the marketplace, they start to understand your brand as a personality. Okay. So the big thing there is to be consistent. If you decide that your jewelry line is that rugged, upcycled, simple, heavy, whatever, start thinking about adjectives. A great exercise is to sit down and create a list 10 adjectives to describe your brand. Okay. And then start applying that to everything that you do. Because now you're going to continue to build daily and through each interaction with your customer, that personality that becomes your brand. Okay. So start off with that 10 adjectives, describe your company in 10 adjectives. Then take those 10 adjectives and say, how can I apply that to each one of the areas of my business? Okay. How do I apply it to my product? How do I apply it to my marketing? How do I apply it to my customer service? How do I apply it to my displays, my business cards? All these things that are going to be outward touching points for your customers. Okay. That's all going to reinforce your brand and that becomes your brand identity. So you really want to be intentional about where you want to be in the marketplace and just really focus all of your efforts on creating this personality for your company and have fun with it.